So this is the business day theme that really underlies a lot of the programs. It's sort of a silent player in a lot of ways. You may not necessarily hear the music in there, but you sort of feel it. It helps you understand the stories.
Joel Beckerman has composed tunes for several brands and networks, including NBC, CNBC, and AT&T. Composer David Lowe echoes similar thoughts. Lowe's music includes all the current themes for BBC News.
It can't have the same sort of emotional impact that other music has. But the general idea, I suppose, for news music on TV is just basically tell people that the news is on, to warn people that it's coming up, so here's the news.
Music news themes can be traced as far back as the 1900s, when film studios began incorporating music and sounds for newsreels. But network news jingles didn't catch on until the 1980s. NBC became the first network to use news music to distinguish itself as a brand. Before that, local news stations would use various typewriter-type sounds or even use tracks from popular movies.
In the beginning, like late 60s, early 70s, they started using a lot of music that actually came from movies. So, for example, the local news in New York, WABC, it used a track from a movie called Cool Hand Luke, and it was like for about 30 years, it was the theme to Eyewitness News.
Music news themes have changed a lot over the years. For one thing, they've gotten shorter. Long opens and closes are a thing of the past. Now, viewers are hearing more and more bits of sound throughout a broadcast. These are called music cues. When John Williams composed NBC's Mission theme in 1985, it had 19 cues. Now, a typical television score consists of anywhere from 50 to as many as 1,000 different pieces of music, which includes bumpers, promos, and segment opens.
I find a lot of inspiration in sounds and not things that people necessarily might think of just music. So just walking through the park and just sort of being aware of nature sounds and the rhythms in nature and things. There's a lot of really great inspirations that I sort of take from the world around me.
Beckerman guarantees clients at least 3 rounds of revisions. The internal process with network directors and producers can double or even triple that number. Timing for the turnaround on these compositions can also vary. Beckerman says he likes to have a minimum of 8 weeks for each project.
There's nothing more fun than going back with a brief and an understanding about what the vision is. It could be this, it could be this, it could be this. Trying a million different things and then bringing back a bunch of different solutions, both thematically and tone and color-wise and storytelling-wise, and then get feedback from our collaborators who are the directors and producers.
Music news can be a lucrative business thanks to royalties. Composers get paid every time their music is played. So anytime you hear a piece of music play on TV, most likely someone is getting a royalty check directly from performing rights organizations like ASCAP. The royalty rate varies from network to network, but it often depends on 3 factors. The first one is length of use. Second one is type of usage. Think vocals versus just background instrumental. And the third one is time of day. The rate can change depending on whether it's prime time or the midday news. Networks are responsible for reporting music usage. They do this through submitting cue sheets to writers' performing rights organizations. So what does the future for music news hold? Flom thinks it still has a long way to go.
I think to some extent, that what you're currently seeing is that it's become less cliche to some extent. I think that will probably continue. I think there are more genres that will be explored by composers because I think there's going to be more of a need to differentiate themselves from their competitors, and that's already taking place.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.